Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. We've met, the first session we met our power animals, and the second session we were kind of held by Gaia, by the roots at Gaia. The third session we went to talk to our water animals, maybe chatted with the elder whales in Lemuria. And so this one, we're just, we're not going to do anything huge this time. We're going to blend in with the tree of life and travel down some energetic ley lines to meet a couple ascended masters, whoever they are for you. So we're going to meet some ascended masters, and it's who are they? It depends on your beliefs, your awarenesses. So just to name a few: Jesus, Buddha, Mary, Saint Germain, Lady Nada, Kuan Yin, Isis, White Buffalo Calf Woman, yay. There's lots more. You can pick one. We can go back and do this journey again, just to tap in. And what I want us to have really clear intentions when we go into these journeys. And it's not for anything other than giving us information and giving us truth. But if we go in there without a clear intention, then we may get messages that I don't know if they'll resonate with us in the time frame that we're in. So anyway, it's just important to have those intentions. And so as we're talking in the beginning, if you have some intentions, we are going to go to the tree of life. And for those of you who have been with us doing these journeys for a while, we went to the tree of life last year or a couple years ago, and we planted a seed. And in that seed, we've checked on it from time to time to see how it grew. And so we're going to go back there. And for those who have been there and planted a seed, go check on your plant. For those of you who haven't been there, well, we're going to plant a new one. And what I want us to do just psychically in our mind's eye is I want us to imagine a seed and write an intention on it. What you want we'll start big. What you want for the galactic energy of all, creative energy of source, what you want for the earth, or what you want for your not little, but smaller, a space, not smaller either, but your space, let's say just for something in your house. For example, I am going to say, I'm going to plant a seed that rats leave my engine in my engine bay. And so it could be as simple and something almost as silly as that, but it's kind of important to me. So whatever you want, and on this seed, you might have different intentions on there that you can write, but it's just important to, in your mind's eye, get those things written, and we're going to plant them near the tree of life. Let's see what else. Well, that was an interesting thing I wrote. What I wrote here, and I didn't write anything else after it, so it's kind of, it just kind of hangs there. And it says, in essence, every time we journey, we dream away from our 3D world, we are experiencing a type of death. Wow. All right. So in shamanic cultures, I guess this is where I was going with that. In shamanic cultures, how did you become, what was the initiation process of becoming a shaman in those cultures? And we can see it today in the psychic community too. And that was, a lot of times people had near-death experiences, or they were struck by lightning. Sandra Ingerman said she was struck by lightning 3 times. And I'm thinking to myself, I would have learned the first time. I don't think I would have needed to be hit 3 times. But it's just each path their own. So, but it's interesting that as the veil thins, and the music that I was playing today was like 8/8 Lionsgate, and it almost put me to sleep. But because we're going into this portal energy and the veil is thin, every time we slip away from the 3D world into this journey world, into our mind's eye world, we are in essence leaving us here, and we are being transported to the ethers, which it's kind of a form of death. It's interesting to think of that. It's not scary. It's kind of exciting, and not that I want to have that happen immediately, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. Anyway, getting back to this journey that we're going to do. I'm going to drop down into the Tree of Life's root structure. And when I was doing this last night, pay attention to the energy of the root structure. I think that's all I'm going to say. On different parts of your body as you're traveling down this. Okay, here's something else before, and this is the last thing I'm going to say before we get into it. The reason that one of my intentions of why we do these journeys, there is so much craziness in the world around us, and we are light beings, and we need to anchor our light into this world that seems a little, that seems to need a lot of it. I'll just leave it like that. And so if we deal with this in shamanic cultures, going back to that, shamans would dream their world into being, but it's just not one dream. Yet it has to be a series of dreams. A friend of mine, Paula, she is Cherokee, and she was talking about how many of the elders interpreted dreams, and how these dreams were messages for us. But these dreams were not just one dream. It was a series of dreams. And so we have to keep a series of our dreams alive. And what she said was, most people do not realize that our thoughts each day, all day long, as we go about our day, are manifesting also. All the fear and worry that people are feeling lately are what so many are focusing on. We have to have some self-discipline for our thoughts, stop when they become negative, and instead focus on good and how we want things to become. So if we are dropping in to our ascended masters, And there's different ways that we can interact with them. We can ask them questions, but this process is just being in the light and staying in the light. And then we can remember as we walk through our day and we hit a bump and we hit a negativity, that we can drop into this ascended master energy, enlighten the energy, so that's what we get to manifest. So when we're hanging out with our ascended masters, you can, and I'm just throwing this out, you can do whatever you want when you're with them. You can have a circle where you're talking with them. You can share a day of the ascended masters. Just walk with them. See how it feels walking next to them. That's pretty powerful. And how they interact with people. One of the things that I'm gonna talk to them about is, how do they deal with the negative influences when they were on planet Earth? How do they do that? Were they like, oh, you'll get it later, or did they ignore it? Did they push back? How did they push back? And just kind of see how they interacted with some of this stuff. Okay. I think that is it. Kind of where I'm going. Any questions on any of that? I got chats. Good morning, everybody. Good. Okay. Anybody have any questions on where we're going? Okay. And the thing too, when we're planting the seeds, don't be afraid to ask for healthy outcomes, abundance, major products, major projects that you have been working on. Some people have emailed me, and I am certainly going to put that on the seed of intentions. Okay, and let me throw this out. And I don't want this to take a long time. But when we go into a sweat lodge, they go around the circle and they let their prayers out. So I'm shifting this up kind of big. Very quickly, not long, quick. If you have an intention that you want vocalized in the circle where we are, let's go ahead and do that. So for me, I'm going to start it off and just speak out. No raising hands, just speak out. And again, very briefly. I want to plant the seed of compassion and understanding next to the tree of life. That was really quick. Thank you, guys.
I want the seeds that you have shared with me to grow and bloom to help communities.
Because you're working with a lot of community-based needs. So awesome.
And trying to help to take the negative and turn it into a positive.
Yeah.
Transmute.
That's big. Take the negative and turn it into a positive. Transmute that energy. Cool. Okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
Just talk.
So this is Susan. I want to plant the seeds of peace in each of our hearts so that we can bring that peace back into our communities, back into the earth, everything else.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome.
I want to plant the seeds of joy in every one of us who are breathing right now. May you find your ultimate joy today and every waking moment of your life.
Awesome. Yay.
I want to plant the seed of compassion, compassion for myself and compassion for the people who are in my immediate family.
Yay. Yay. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, let's start with some of the rules of the journey. And I am recording. Good. Okay, so quiet versus outside noise. If you hear an outside noise, you hear an outside noise. And if it pulls you out, acknowledge the noise and go, okay, I'm gonna put you to the side and just get back to the intention of where we are. This is going to be a guided journey, so we'll drop back into it again, hopefully, if something happens. If you get some head chatter, and again, the outside noise, just go back to the intention of what you want. And take some deep breaths, rebreathe, recenter yourself with the breath. If you have an amazing image or idea that comes into your awareness and you want to jot it down, you can just slowly or gently come out of the trance state that we're in, jot the note down, and then slip back into it again. That is definitely allowed. Okay, we're going to open sacred space right now. And we're going to take some deep breaths. The path is the breath. And so we're going to open up sacred space, and then we're going to go. So everybody, before we do this, make sure you write your intention on your seed. Imagine you putting that seed in the robe that's hanging in the cloakroom in its pocket. So when you get there, you have that seed. And if you want to put some gifts for the Ascended Masters, you can do that as well. They just show up automatically. Okay, so here we go. As we open up sacred space, we want to take a couple of deep breaths and slower exhalations. I want to work on our breath, slow things down. We want to feel ourselves in our chairs, our 3D bodies. We take another deep breath and a slow exhale. And we imagine a golden white light coming from above, dropping in through our crown chakras, with each breath filling us with more and more of this light. We are turning into light beings, letting our lights shine a little brighter, a little lighter. And we call in our power animals that we met on some of our previous journeys, and some of them are new. We call on the energies of the East, eagle, hawk. We ask that they show us how to ride the currents. Not absorb, just observe. We call on the energies of the South, jaguar, snake, coyote. Let us see how you walk with strength, how you shed your skin to become new again, to have fun, to have a curiosity that is so much coyote. And we call on the energies of the West, the healing waters, whale, shell woman, bear, We call on those healing energies, those galactic energies, to show us how we can be more healthy, how we can heal the planet that we're on. And we call on the energies of the north, white buffalo, calf woman. We ask that she show us how to carry the sacred pipe with reverence. And we bring in our ascended masters, Mary, Jeshua, Buddha, Kuan-Yin. We call on our departed loved ones if they want to travel with us. And we feel ourselves with this huge gathering, supporting us, surrounding us, cheering us on to live the best life we can. I'm going to be using my rattle and my drum. So as we take another deep breath, we feel a gentle wind lifting us from our 3D chairs and in our mind's eye, because this is all our imagination. In our mind's eye, we gently separate and we look down at our 3D bodies. And we see the door that leads out of the room. We go through the door, out our house, and through a mist. And here we are in the familiar cloakroom, where we take off our egos, our 3D skins, hang them up. You can give them a good shake. See if there's anything, some dirt on it or something. Give them a good shake, hang them up. And we find our robe. The robe that we are going to use to travel to see an ascended master. Is it Saint Germain, bringing in the age of Aquarius, the Prince of Peace? Calf woman, Kuan-Yin. Feel the excitement as we put this robe on. What does the robe feel like? What does it smell like? We take all our senses with us. And what do we know? And we walk out of the cloakroom and we find ourselves on this beautiful path in nature. And as we walk on this path, energy shifts. As we walk down this path, listen to the sounds of our feet on the path. Pay attention to the hidden folk on the path. attention to your power animals, the people who you brought in close to be with you on this journey. And as we walk down this path, we come to a stream. And we walk up the stream, and we see a waterfall. And the path goes underneath the waterfall. Walk underneath the waterfall, feel the spray. Another cleansing. We get lighter and brighter. We can look behind the waterfall. Is that a cave? As much as we want to go in the cave, we continue down the path. On the other side of the stream, in the distance we see the tree of life. This tree of life is amazing. Full of life. Strange life. Life we've never seen before. Life we have seen. Butterflies. Fairies. Birds. And we see a forest of intentions that we planted long ago. We stop off at those intentions, feel their energy, recharge them maybe. Let's stay with our intentions for just a little bit. And we slowly get up and we walk towards the tree of life. Feel the energy. We ask permission if we can step closer. Always asking permission. Ask if we can put our backs and rest on the tree of life. Of course, the energy says yes. The energy of the tree of life invites us close to play, to climb, to rest. Feel the energy of the tree of life as it filters through your body. invites us to travel down its root structure. And we find ourselves blending into the tree of life, becoming one, becoming many. And we see the root structures stretching out, different time streams, different awarenesses. Some roots going to the past, some roots going to the future, same time stream. Some roots going deep, some are shallow. And there's a particular root that has a specific vibration for you. A glow, a color. And we travel down this vibrational route to a different time, to a different space. And here's where we meet an ascended master. Walk with the ascended master. Have counsel with the ascended master. I'm going to stay quiet for a while. Pay attention to the surrounding areas. Who's there? ascended master asks you to follow. They have something to show you. So as you glide, walk, roll along this path, where do they take you? Is it an element? Earth, air, fire, water? Is it a room? Is it the stars? Why are they showing you this? You get a sense that it's getting time to leave. And the ascended master looks at you quizzically. You almost forgot the seed in your pocket. And when you reach into your pocket, you pull out a whole handful of seeds. Each one with a different intention, a different word. And the ascended master asks for those seeds in cups, their hands, over your hands. And in that moment, you shapeshift. And you experience this new dimension, this new being. As the master is holding your hands, and slowly you shapeshift back to what you imagine you are in your mind's eye. And you find yourself with your new friend, your new master, your new partner in good trouble. You walk out of the place special place that they brought you to. And as you say your goodbyes, your new partner, old partner, new awareness gives you a gift. Maybe they slip it into your pocket. Maybe they just give it to you. And you in turn find a gift in your pocket, something from the 3D world. And give it to them. In gratitude, you say goodbyes for now. We're always welcome to come back here. And you find yourself back on the path, back on the roots of the tree of life, energetically moving up. Moving back to the center. And our awareness slowly comes back into view with us next to the tree of life. We stand up, climb down. And we start our way back. And as we walk back the path next to the stream, underneath the waterfall, we drop our seeds. We find ourselves walking back up the path into the cloakroom. We take off our robes and we see our egos all clean. No judgment. Slip them on gently, easily. And with a breath, we walk through the door, through the mist, back into our 3D worlds, into our rooms. And we find ourselves in the chairs. We take a deep breath. We slowly come back. And we wiggle our fingers. And if we want to write anything down, we do it now. We'll take a few minutes.